respect, but I promise I'm repping the O to the dead. Hey, I told them out of my way. I don't got nothing to say. Now they can't run at my pace. Yeah, they know that we ain't the same. 402, we rap the game. I told them this ain't a game.
Yo, what is up? It is Phins Take with CB83. Back to you for another one. I got my man Steven D in the back. Steven, give me the thumbs up if I'm good. All right, I think I'm good. What is up with everybody on this great Friday night? We got Shake Money, who's a new member coming out the gate swinging. You already know what time it is. It's a Friday night. Hey, welcome to the family, Shake. Hey, only the family. You know how we get down over here. Welcome to the Miami Sports Music family. I appreciate you, bro. It's always love. Another beautiful day in Zamunda. You already know what time it is, man. We going up tonight. We got a lot to talk about, man. Man. We got a lot to talk about. I know the Wolfpack is out tonight. They are on the dwell. They are hunting for prey. They are on the dwell hunting for prey. They can't take me, bro. I got too much skin in the game. You already know what time it is, man. Hey, man. Let's give a shout out to everybody in the building so far, man. We got my man Pseudo Spike in the building. He says, welcome back, homie. I'm back. It's after the holidays. I hope everybody had a great Christmas. Everybody's looking forward to the new year. I know y'all want to hear what the kid got to say. I know y'all tired of hearing these other YouTube dudes talk Wolfpack crazy and talk nonsense. It's time for the real to come. It's time for the real to come through, right? And I'm going to give it to you objectively. Hey, if I don't like what I see, I don't like what I see. It is what it is. I got to keep it 100 with you. You can call it capping. You can call it doing whatever. You can call it flip-flopping. I just gotta keep it real with you and what I see going on. Phins up 74 says, what's up, everyone? What's cracking? Hey, 20 in the room. Hit the dang like for your boy. Hit the like, man. We're gonna crack something good tonight. I got some Four Roses. I'm pulling out the stash straight from the master distiller himself, Brent Elliott. I'm pulling out some heat tonight, man. Phins up 74, what's cracking? My man Concrete. Hey, that's my Seminole Concrete. You know what time it was. I was at the game yesterday. Oh, you already know what time it is, man. Go Noles, man. Hey, our defense is suspect, but we still got the dub. I was at the game yesterday. Crazy experience. So much going on. Shout out to my guy, Chef Jew, who's in the building tonight. Chef Jew, what's cracking with you? Like Chef says, what's good, OGCB83 and everyone? How y'all doing tonight? Check your pulse. It's still check your pulse, Chef Jew. Don't let these dudes get you down. It's still check your pulse. Fins up. You already know what time it is. Shout out to the Members Club and the Fin Laws. Yes, sir. We in this joint. Hey, my man Shake already became a member. Shout out to you, Shake. Big dog, Shake Money is now a member of the Miami Sports Music family. Hey, do what Chef says, because Chef is the OG, triple OG in the community. Subscribe, like, share, donate, become a member today. Your seat in the family is waiting for you. Join us. Join the family. You already know what time it is, man. I appreciate everybody coming through. Guys, you have the ability to donate on here. Hey, first donation, you get the shout out, you get the cheers. I'm cracking a bottle on the first donation tonight. I appreciate everybody coming through. Boy, last time I was on here, we had like over $200 in donations, fellas and ladies. They went straight hammer. The last Friday I was with you guys, and that was the Friday before the holidays, man. I just had so much going on, holiday parties, gatherings, being out of town on vacation, went to Blue Ridge Mountain, Georgia. So just did a lot, just moving a lot of moving pieces. Want to give you guys the best show I can give you. So I got to be here in my element, in my man cave, doing it the right freaking way. So that's why I'm back. and let's get it, man. Chef Drew says, as the ambassador of the MSN Podcast Network, if anyone has a problem with how people act against one another or them being disrespectful and rude, etc., please bring it to OG Stephen D or himself. And he says, thank you, man. He says, thank you for that. And yeah, guys, let's keep it real clean, man. Keep it nice, keep it cordial. You already know what time it is. We can get Wolfpack and we can get, Tua nearish or whatever we need to do. But let's just keep it on the money, right? 25 in the room. Hit the like on your way in. My man Shake says, what's good, everyone? It's another beautiful day in Zamunda. I'm catching up on these comments. Y'all keep dropping them, man. Keep dropping the comments. My man Shake is a new member. What's cracking, my man Shake Money? New attitude in this joint. He says, Phins up. King Mill, what's good with you, King Mill? He says, CB83 say it ain't so. You off Tua? Oh, how are you as well? Let's get to it. And we're going to talk about this. My man Kane's in the building. Kane's, what's cracking? Me and Kane's always talk and chop it up, Dolphins. We always messaging back and forth. That's the homie, man. Kane's is really the homie. I appreciate you coming out. King Will says, no Wolfpack, just people who see Tua for what he really is. And what is Tua? What is Tua? And we're going to talk about what Tua is tonight. And that's, I think that's what we need to do as a community, is come up with a definition of what Tua really is, or can we define Tua in these games that he's played for us? Can we define him? Can we say he is who he is? Is this enough sample size? Is he going to play any more this season? Is he not going to play? There's a lot to discuss. It's just so much to discuss. Jamie Reinhardt says, Rich Hart says, I need some positive energy. Ain't no reason why Teddy can't take us to the playoffs with the team we have. And that's the real that's the real thing right there. That what you said is real, Jamie. You said, ain't no way Teddy can't take us to the playoffs with this team we have. And honestly, let's be real about it, right? Tua's played good at times. Tua's played bad at times. He's been inconsistent. But when we look at the type of play we've gotten from Tua, the type of play we've seen Teddy be at times, the type of player we've seen Skylar be at times, this team with Teddy or with Skylar or with any quarterback who comes into this damn system with these weapons, if they deliver and be efficient and don't turn the ball over, we could still win games. And that's what I want you guys to understand. Now, that hasn't been the case. Teddy hasn't won us games. Teddy also hasn't lost us games, really. I don't think Teddy has lost us any games. We can't put it on Teddy. We can put it on a couple of plays here and there. But with Teddy, with Skylar, whoever's in there, we can still win games. Like, this team isn't done, especially if the defense actually shows up and just makes the plays we need them to make. Like, it can happen. So it's just not doom and gloom. The season is not over. Don't let these fake YouTubers tell you, oh, we're doomed. If Nick Foles can do it, you're not telling me Teddy B can't do it. You just not telling me that. If you're telling me that, you don't know football and I can't take you serious. That's where I am with you. Because Teddy B is a better quarterback than Nick Foles. He is. He just is. So let's be real about it, man. And let's be completely honest. And I think we have a better system in place than the Philadelphia Eagles have. We have better talent on offense. If our defense can step up, there's no telling what this team can do. We're still a good football team. Still a really good football team. Don't let nobody tell you different. Even with Teddy at quarterback, even with Skylar at quarterback. It can still happen. Kimo says, you're welcome to change your mind about Tua. And I haven't changed my mind about Tua, but I've always said this. If he can't be available, the best ability is availability. And if he can't be available for us for 5 to 6 to 7 games a year, then he's not really doing us any good. And we can't invest in a guy like that. That's real. And the Tuaneers, you got to realize that. If you think Tua is still the guy, if he doesn't play the rest of the season, then something's wrong with you. Let's keep it. This is an intervention right now. If you're Tua near and you feel like Tua not playing for the rest of the season is enough for you to commit long term to the guy, then you need to reevaluate how you see football. Because this is a business, people. It's a big business. Lots of money involved. Lots of money. So for you to say, oh, I'm going to commit to a guy long term who just hasn't been available, has missed multiple games, multiple concussion protocols, that's not a good business move. Like if you play a Monopoly, right? And you go and you're the first one to hit Boardwalk and you don't purchase it, like that's a bad business move, right? We've all played Monopoly before. Like that's a bad business move. Some business moves are better than others, but if you pay Tua and commit to him long term after he shows you he can't be healthy and can't play, that's a problem, people. That's a problem, and you got to come to that realization that it is what it is. And that's the nature of the game. Players get hurt. I understand. But what I'm not going to do is also sit up here and be like, oh, we have to take Tua's health into consideration. We got to think about his family and his future. No, that's not for me to think about. That's for Tua to think about. That's for him, his family to have those discussions. I don't need to have those discussions with you because I could care less about, his future is a Miami Dolphin. Like if he wants to be a Dolphin, he'll be a Dolphin. If he wants to retire, he'll retire. That's conversations he needs to have with his family. But I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, oh, you need to retire because you're hurt a couple of times. Nah, that's not my position. Huh? I don't make decisions for grown men. I can't even make that decision if I wanted to. So I'm not even gonna try to play God and tell him, oh, you need to sit it down. Nah, man, that's for him to make that decision. Manson Chills in this joint, Phins up. My man Collins in this joint, Phins up. Colin, what's up with you, man? He says, I hope we can get this win, and I hope Tua is okay and ready to come back ASAP. Be nice, man. I think Tua gives us our best shot to win. But yeah, he's got to be there, guys. Like, even if Teddy has a hot hand with these last two games and he's playing well, man, I can't justify playing Tua over Teddy. It's going to take him too long to get back into a rhythm. Like, it's going to take him the first half to get back into a rhythm. And by that time, we could be down 14 points, 21 points. Then at that point, you're going to put Teddy in. It looks bad. It just looks bad. So you got to be honest with yourselves, guys. Got to be honest with yourselves. We got 37 in the room. Hit the like, share, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to Miami Sports Music's channel. We're almost, man, we're trying to get to 11,000. We cracked the 10K mark the last time I was on. Let's push it to 11K now, man. Let's keep growing. I appreciate everybody coming on, coming out, spending some time with me. It's going to be a good night, man. We're going to have a good time. We're going to talk to him. I'm going to open it up a little bit. I'm not going to go too long, but we're going to keep it funky. We're going to have a good time. So my man Colin says, nice helmet in the back. You know it's Phins up, man. You already know what time it is. Foe to the sky, baby. Yeah. You already know what time it is. It's Phins up, man. Oh, lost Dolphin addicts in this joint. Hey, 83. Has Tua lost the glow? Man. Sheesh. Has he lost the glow? Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Y'all know.
All right, Leroy. Who's the one and only master?
I
Oh, God damn. Let me go, motherfucker. Let me go.
Ain't no glow right now, man. Ain't no glow. When you ain't on the field, you ain't glowing, bro. So right now, there is no glow. Tua, when you are not on the field, you have lost the glow. You have lost it, man. Shout out to my man Von Joe in the building. Von Joe, what's cracking? He said, yo, I just swung by to drop the like button and see if Tua Leroy is still glowing. Nah, the light is out. But this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little, hey, he'll get it back, man. He'll get it back, man. I got faith he'll jump back, man. So we'll see. And that's really Mike McDaniel's gonna be in a tough situation. Let's be completely honest about it. If Tua comes back next week and says he's healthy, if Teddy plays well, even if Teddy plays bad, you bring him back a little bit sooner because you feel like you need him. But honestly, I think Teddy's gonna play well enough for us to win the game. Teddy hasn't played bad football for us, right? He hasn't played bad football for us. So it's gonna be tough, man. But we'll see, man. We'll see. We'll figure it out. I think Mike McDaniels has really put himself in a tough situation, and Tua's put him in a tough situation this year. As a first-year head coach, but hey, that's how it goes. You got to figure it out. But I think long term, he's thinking, man, I got to find me a guy who legit is going to be around, who's going to constantly be in the game, because this ain't it. He's got to be tired of taking the questions. He's got to be tired of the headaches, man. Got to be tired of the headaches. My man said Phins tailgate hating on Tua. Man, come on, man. You already know what time it is. The Wolfpack going Wolfpack. We already know that. We know the Wolfpack is going Wolfpack. That's a given, right? So you got to let them do their thing, man. But honestly, they can have their right now. I mean, they felt like he wasn't the guy all along. We had our moment where Tua played well. We had moments where he was inconsistent and played poorly. I felt like he played a lot more good than he played bad. But everything around him's got to be better too. Like defense, there's a lot of variables when it comes to football. That's what you got to realize. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Everybody's chatting it up, man. I like this. This is good talk. Run the ball and we good. Man, damn it. That's the key right there. Run the ball. And that's what I don't see enough of. We run the ball a little bit more. We probably not having these conversations. We probably not even having these conversations if we run the ball just a little bit more. If we had a little bit more O-line help, we have invested a little bit more in the offensive line a little bit sooner, we probably wouldn't even be having these questions. And that's part of my problem too. Like, you upgrade with Teron Armstead, you upgrade with Connor Williams. I get it. He's been out at times. You bring in Eric Fisher late. You haven't played him yet. It's just like you do stuff a little bit too late. Miami's always like a day late and $1 short to doing the right thing. Like, bro, just get it right. Spend the money you need to spend up front and get everything right up front so you don't even have to worry about none of this. You would be running the ball better and you would be passing the ball better because Tua would be better protected. We know that when Tua is protected, he's playing well. When he's not protected, he's not playing well. That's just the nature of the game. Honestly, that's a lot of quarterbacks. So Tom Brady is protected, he's playing well. Tom Brady got a running game, he's playing well. Tom Brady is not protected, he getting hit. Dude ain't playing well. He's just not. He's just not. That's the nature of the game. So I felt like Miami should have done a little bit more up front. Get it right up front. Spend the money you got to spend. Get the resources in here. Get the O-lineman in here. Don't just shift guys around weekly. You got Shell. You got Austin Jackson coming in. You trying to rotate it. It's just like, it's a shit show. Honestly, it's a shit show. The offensive line has been. Teron Armstead being out, it's a shit show. So that's part of my problem too. There's just a lot going on there. There's no continuity on that line. Like, let's be real about it. Like, I know y'all want to talk about Tua, but the offensive line hasn't been the best either. They haven't been the best. They could be better, man. And that's where we at, man. I just feel like there's a lot going on, and a lot that the Dolphins could have done to kind of put themselves in a better situation with Tua, with the offense, with the defense, etc. I'm not going to beat a dead horse, though. I'm going to go ahead and open it up. It's 8 o'clock. I've been on for 30 minutes. I'm going to open it up. I want to talk to some of you about where we are. Patriots, we should win this game with Teddy B, whatever. We could have Cedric Wilson at quarterback. I still think we should win this game. They're just not a better football team than us. So we just got to line it up and play at this point. Just line it up and play. Now, I saw a comment I really wanted to address. Those 3 INTs were bad. Tua played a fantastic first half in that game. I thought he hit on what he needed to do. He's getting better in certain aspects of the game. Pulling the ball down, throwing on the run, being off platform. He's getting better with some of that. He's getting better with a lot of that stuff. Some of the stuff we saw early in the season, he's gotten better from. Those 3 INTs in that game, 1, 2, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, you can't get fooled again. Like at that point, you gotta. Tua had a terrible second half. It looked like he was point shaving. It was that bad. He's gotta play better in those situations. And if he wasn't hurt, if he was hurt, his ass should have been out of the game. If he felt like he was seeing shit and stuff like that, get your ass out of the game, sit on the sideline, and get somebody else in who can finish out the game, because we were in a position to really win the game. Finish out the game and let somebody else. Don't let your pride tell you. But it honestly, he didn't even look concussed. Let's be real about it. The dude didn't even look concussed. It just looked like miscommunication, especially on the one of Mostert. He thought he was going to turn around. Not the case. You throw it right to him. And I went over all these plays on my channel. I watched the film, guys. I broke it down. I broke down every drawback he had. So on that play where he throws it to the linebacker, he's looking that way the whole time. The linebacker's just flowing in that direction. And then he throws it right to the middle where the linebacker is. Like, I could see if you were looking the other way to the left, and then you came back and threw it to the right where Mostert was, cool. You can make that play. But if you're looking right the whole time at the guy in the flat, and the linebacker's just flowing that way, and then you come to Mostert, who's right on the seam, no, that's not going to work, bro. It's not going to work. It's just not. So that's a bad play by him. He's got to be better in those situations. The 3 INTs were, 1, I can accept 1. 2, nah. Run the ball. If you don't feel comfortable, run the ball. Figure it out. Throw the ball away. And he looked uncomfortable, man. He looked uncomfortable. He looked like he may have gotten shaken up a little bit. I don't know. But shit, you got to be better, bro. Don't tell me about the labor pains. Just show me the damn baby. Like, I don't want to hear the excuses about concussion and all of that. And bro, we ain't got time for it, bro. We trying to make a playoff run. We're trying to go to the Super Bowl. We spent way too much money to not be winning games, especially these type of games. On Christmas Day, that's what you gave me. Bro, I didn't want that. That was bad. I was disappointed the whole day. I almost ruined my damn Christmas. If I didn't understand what the reason for the season was. Jesus is the reason for the season. But Tua almost ruined my day, man. Damn, sorry ass loss. Second half. I was highly upset, pissed. There's no excuse for it. And as Dolphin fans, I understand that. We should understand that. We should expect better play. It is what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the link. I'm off my soapbox, man. We got 35 in the room. Hit the like. No donations yet. Hey, we cracking or what? Are we cracking this bottle? Are we drinking this tonight? Are we drinking the 4 Roses tonight, or are we chilling? Y'all don't want to toast up. Y'all don't want to cheers. Y'all in a bad mood, man. What's up with y'all, man? Get it right. Get it together, Dolphin fans. The season ain't over, man. Don't let these negative Nancys tell you the season is over. We'll be all right, man. We'll be all right. We're going to be all right. Like Kendrick Lamar say, don't let these dudes fool you. You can make a run with Teddy B. This team is good enough, man. That's what y'all got to realize. And Teddy B, honestly, for me to be completely honest with you, I think Teddy B could give us a little spark. He could give us a little spark, man. Something that could lead us into the playoffs and really have us playing well. Teddy B is not a bad quarterback. He's resilient. He understands the game. He's a veteran. Hopefully he can put these guys in the right spots. He's gonna make the right throws. And honestly, on that interception to Gesicki on one of the last plays of the game, you had Tyreek underneath, right? You had Tyreek underneath, and it's like, bro, come on, just throw the ball to Tyreek. It's a quick slant. He's going inside. Why would you take the throw to Gesicki there? Like, why take that throw to Gesicki? Bro, I was baffled. I thought he had lost it. I thought something was wrong with him at that point. I really thought he had lost it. Tyreek was wide ass open. I mean, like, butt, booty naked open, guys. And that's what bothers me about what I saw is that, man, he just made some bad plays. And I want to show y'all a little bit of what I'm talking about. And I don't like to get up here and just talk, right? I want to be able to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Because, man, that last play of the game, even the play to the pick to the linebacker, it's like, come on, man, you got to be better on plays like this. You're a better quarterback than that. And this is some of the stuff we got to start. And let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can get to it. Not this one. And Tua still made some good plays, guys. I don't think Tua made a ton of bad plays, but I want you guys to see some of these interceptions and just why they happen. Like, this is the one right here, right? And when you look at, let me turn this down real quick. So when you look at this, Tua's looking at the flat the whole time, right? So he's looking at the flat, and then he decides, I'm going to make the throw to the middle where Mostert is. And Mostert, miscommunication, he hasn't even turned around. He doesn't know what's going on. And this is Tua's problem too. He's throwing to a spot. And I understand he's throwing to a spot. He expects guys to be where they need to be. But sometimes you got to come off that. You got to realize, like, hey, this guy moved a little bit. I may not be able to go there, right? This is something you got to understand. So this is my problem with a lot of these plays that we saw in the game. He's just making throws. Guys aren't turning their heads around, and he's still making the throws. It's like, come on, bro. You got to be better in situations like this, man. Got to be better. And when I look at this, right? So when we look at this play, Tua gets the ball on the hike. He's looking in the flat. He think he's moving guys off their spot. But he's not he's just moving this linebacker more towards Mostert by looking in this direction. So he's making him move more towards Mostert, and he's basically just bringing him right to where he's going to throw the football. And he's got to understand things like that. And these are the small details that go into the game of football that people really don't understand and recognize. He's got to understand what he's doing with his eyes at all times, right? He's got to know where guys are. You can't just be out there throwing blindly. Throwing blindly, that only works so much, right? So with Mike McDaniel telling him where to throw the ball every time, if he's doing that, which is he could be doing that. He could be telling Tua where to throw the ball every time in the helmet. He could be doing that. With him doing that, he's got to understand that sometimes it's going to bite your ass. It's going to bite you in the ass. When you're doing stuff like that, it's going to bite you in the ass. So when you do stuff like that, it comes back to bite you. And on plays like this, it bites you because you don't understand what's going on. And that's a part of the game. He's got to be better at things like that. Now, this right here, This is crazy to me. I didn't understand this. I don't even. Why are you not throwing the ball to Tyreek right here? I don't care. It's second down. It's second down, guys. Why is the ball not going to Tyreek, and why are you trying to throw the ball at Gesicki? Even if you, let's say even if you are trying to get the ball to Gesicki, the ball needs to be to the sideline, Tua. It needs to be to the sideline, bro. That ball inside, anything inside this numbers area is a bad throw. The ball needs to be to the sideline so Gesicki can tiptoe, tap, catch the ball, and get out of bounds. It should be in this pocket, probably at about the 48-yard line on the sideline. Anything inside of that is that is a terrible throw. Guys, that is a terrible throw. I don't know what he was thinking. His quarterback coach, once he gave him the explanation, maybe Tua was giving some dumbass excuse about, I saw, bro, it doesn't matter what you saw. You were dead ass wrong. Ball placement was bad. Read was bad. You could have been better all over the place. Honestly, it really wasn't a bad read, but damn, if you make the throw, the guy is beat. You got to make the throw though, dude. You can't be out there throwing lollipop passes and thinking you're going to get away with that. This is the NFL. You got to step up. You got to make a big boy throw, put it to the sideline where nobody could get it. Where nobody can get it but Gesicki. But it's a big boy throw. That's a big boy throw. You got to make that. But you can't go out there lollipop passing and thinking you go, nah, that's not what's happening, bro. And that's what bothered me about it. And that's the frustration right there. And Irv, you're right. We've seen Tua make that throw on countless occasions. But he just didn't make the throw on Sunday. He didn't make the throw. And that's what's frustrating about it, is that he had plenty of opportunities to make throws. But he didn't make the throw. Didn't make the throw. So it happens, man. And that's part of the game. He's got to learn from this. The Dolphins will learn from it, and he'll have to figure it out. But some of these throws, some of these little attention to detail, the things he understands about the game, it just isn't very good right now. He just isn't where he needs to be with making the right throws at the right time. And honestly, I think Teddy can make a throw like that. Punch it in there and get it to the guy. I think he can make a throw like that. Will he make the throw like that? I hope so. I hope he understands and learns from Tua's situation and says, hey, I'm going to just go out there, play my game, and make the right plays. You got to – and EM said I'm flip-flopping, I'm criticizing Tua. If you go look at any of my film breakdowns on Tua, on everybody, you'll see I criticize Tua a lot, especially with his throws down the field, about how he throws it underneath, about the velocity. I'm always criticizing Tua. So make sure you go check the receipts before you get in here and just talk. And we got some of the Wolfpack in here right now. You know we got to have the rabid. Who is this? Who is this guy called now? The rabid Dolphin fan? The rabid Dolphin? The Wolfpack Dolphin? That's what we calling you. We calling you the Wolfpack Dolphin. So we got to have a Wolfpack Dolphin in here. We got to have him come in here and, say what he got to say. So feel free to come up. I'll drop the link. Y'all could talk. Y'all could talk in the chat, or you could come, put some bass in your voice, either one. But we got Canes in the back right now. Canes, what's good with you? Hey, the link is there, EM. The link is there, Rabbit, Wolfen, whatever your name is, Wolfen, Rabbit, Lewis. Feel free to come up. Canes, what's good with you, man? How you feeling tonight, man?
I'm all right, man. Just want to say, nice win, man. I watched that whole game, and I was like, damn.
Hey, big win for the Noles, baby. Big win, 10-win season.
You know what, though?
What?
My dad was a Florida State fan, so I said, you know what? I said, I missed that, man. I said, congratulations.
Yeah. That's a big win for us, man. We needed that, man. We really needed that. But how are you feeling right now about this situation, man? Let me go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and let you talk, and then I'm gonna get my man Shake in. Shake's in the back. I think the
Bring him
Wolfpack
in,
is
man.
scared. Oh, let me go ahead and bring him in. Let me bring him in. Shake, what's popping, Shake?
It is another
Shay?
beautiful day in Zamunda. You know how it is.
Hey, you already know what time it is. We got 44 in the room. My fofo, make sure your kids don't grow. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Appreciate y'all coming through. Did I miss a super chat? I did miss a super chat. It's from my man, New Attitude. What's popping, New Attitude? He says, this is why we paid Teddy. This is why Teddy, Two Gloves, got what, 5 mil, 10 mil a year to come play as a backup, because we knew that we could be in a situation like this where we got to rely on a guy who's a second string quarterback. And that's exactly why you pay somebody that type of money to come in and be a starter in the event that your starter goes out. And that's what we're looking at right now, right? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, correct. I agree.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's why
I think
the backup. That's why the backup. That's why he got paid $10 million.
Yeah,
What's up, Shake Money?
that's exactly what's going on, man. And that's where we are right now. Y'all were mad about paying Teddy big money, but hey, he about to earn them dollars in these next 2 weeks. If Tua don't play these next 2 weeks, he really already earned that money, but he about to really earn that money now. And just imagine if Teddy takes us into the playoffs. Let's say Teddy wins these next 2 games and he plays well. Are we playing Tua week 1 of the playoffs, wildcard weekend? I'm gonna start with you, Canes, and then I'm gonna go. And then, but before we do that, before we answer that, this is a cheers to New Attitude. I appreciate you on the $2 donation. I appreciate you coming through. That's our first donation tonight. Cheers to you, man. Cheers to New Attitude. I'm drinking on a little four roses. We're drinking on a little bourbon tonight. You already know what time it is, man. Appreciate you.
What's up, Shake Money?
So,
Shake, you kind of breaking up a little bit, bro.
Yeah.
I'll be back. I'm gonna use my other phone. This one's tripping.
Okay, all right, come back through, bro. So yeah, man, and that's the question I had. Let's say Tua plays well. I mean, not Tua, but Teddy. Teddy plays well these last 2 games. Would you start Tua if he's ready to go wildcard weekend, or would you rock with Teddy? Canes, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Repeat that again?
So if Teddy plays well these last 2 games, ooh, we got some people coming in now.
Right.
Teddy plays well these last 2 games, and you're in a position where Tua is healthy, he's feeling better, he's practicing. Would you play Tua or do you rock with Teddy?
I wouldn't take a chance on this. I'll stick with Teddy.
Okay,
and I say
Teddy.
that only because I don't want to see Tua go through the same thing over again.
Okay. You don't want to see him go through it again.
That shit hurt me, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. And I understand that, man. And I'm kind of with you. It does look bad. It looks bad on him. It looks bad on the organization that he keeps going out there and getting hurt. But I'm going to add a couple people in. I got my man Sharif in the back. Sharif, what's good with you?
What's good?
Feeling?
What's good? CB, what's good, man?
My man all the way from the Bahamas.
Man, I never really got a chance to talk to you about the team like that much before, but I wanted to ask what's your thoughts on like the guys who've like been here on their 3rd year, Like, are you comfortable? Like, if you could remember most of the names, are you? Because like we say, the rookies are rookies, right? In their third years, they could be judged. So, if you could remember the guys who are under their third year on this team, what's your thoughts on them so far? Of course, that's reflecting on Greer, but what's your thoughts on them?
I'm gonna get EM in here real quick because I know EM is gonna have a lot to say. EM, what's good with you? How you feeling tonight? You all right?
I'm good. I am good. And you?
What's up, Sharif?
Hey, what's up, EM?
Hey,
Hey,
EM say he
Sharif,
good.
salute, gentlemen. Yeah, are you good? I'm fantastic. Are you good?
What's not good about me? You know I'm good over here.
I don't know nothing. Oh no, man. I don't know, bro. I'm hearing a lot of stuff in these YouTube streets. You know.
What
I'm,
what you hearing?
hey, man.
I'm gonna address Sharif's question about the third year players, but let's talk about what we hearing in the YouTube streets because that's the juicy stuff. I want to get
Hey,
into
man.
I want to get into the juicy stuff. I want to get into what EM
I
look
don't listen.
EM look EM moves in a lot of different circles, so he knows a lot of people in the YouTube community.
Hey,
He's
man.
he's a superstar. He's a rock star in the YouTube community.
No, EM is
So
no.
let's kind of
No.
talk about this. I like having these big boy conversations. I like
No.
having these big boy conversations.
Okay, all right.
but how-
Okay.
what are the YouTube streets really talking
I
about?
hear, and I have to admit, the way you sound tonight, I must agree. It seems like you are flip flopping around. Your nickname need
Ooh.
to be Flipper. That's what I'm hearing. I
Flipper,
am
huh?
here. That is your nickname, Flipper 83. Because
Flipper
you've been
83.
flopping around. They say you've been flopping around for about 2 weeks now. That's what I heard. And from what I'm hearing tonight, from what I'm hearing tonight, I have to agree, CB. You are flip flopping in a major way, bro.
Hey,
I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to.
Here we go. Here we go.
Go ahead.
You can call this flip flopping. You can call it boogalooing, dancing, whatever you got to call it. What I'm gonna tell you is that I base my assessment off Tua's availability, and now Tua has not been available for 4 games for us. And I always said, hey, if you're gonna be out 4 to 5 games a year, we're gonna have a hard time signing you to a contract if you aren't available for 5 games during the season. It's just gonna be hard, man. Like,
Man, didn't Flores and O'Shea teach us next man up? Like next man up, man.
It is next man up, Sharif. No doubt, it's next man up. But you gotta be available though. And that's that's part of my problem, though. Is quarterbacks at that position, you gotta be available.
Flip. Excuse me, CB. Listen, that I would agree. If it was any other circumstance, I will be up here in 100% agreement with you in harmony. But I have to push back in a major way.
What's your pushback?
Hang on. It's not about what you're saying, right? It's your behavior, how you've conducted yourself over the past. Well, I don't know how long you've been on YouTube, but ever since I've come across you, right? What you are up here now saying, and again, I can only speak for myself. I don't speak for anybody else in this community.
But do you
know what I would?
All right, so
can I finish?
Let me ask you a question, though. Go ahead.
Flip, can I finish? CB, can I finish, please?
Yeah,
okay.
Sure.
So I am talking about your behavior, how you have consistently conducted yourself in this community. I don't know how long you've been on YouTube, but ever since our paths have crossed. I'm not speaking for nobody else. This is my observation, right? What you are saying now, the tune that you are singing now.
So what am I saying now?
Hang on. If you would let me finish, I will let you know, my friend. Okay. So the tone, your message now, right, is from just the message alone is from a place of objectivity, right? And you're not wrong on some of the things that you're saying about Tua. You're not wrong. Matter of fact, a lot of what you're saying, I have echoed those sentiments for like going on to ever since really Tua, when we drafted Tua, right? So now, but the way, and again, here's the pushback. When people like myself, as well as others in this community, you're not the only one. You're not the only one, but a lot of individuals like you, whenever we were out front, right? One of the first ones in the community when it wasn't popular to critique Tua, when we took it upon ourselves to be objective and keep it real to the logo as opposed to a player, y'all took that and we're highlighting Tua's deficiencies. Y'all took that and twisted around and labeled us haters. You come up with this Wolfpack terminology, this bullshit.
Wolfpack
all of that
cool,
stuff.
Bro.
Hang on. Flip flopping all this other, and again, using my words, I'm the one that coined that term in this community, right? You as well as others labeled us as traitors, haters, et cetera, on Tua. So now you are echoing, right, a lot of what I've said about Tua going back to 2020. But it's okay for you to do it now, right? It's okay. You're the objective one. And all you're doing is echoing a lot of what I said going back to 2020. So again,
no, so this is EM. Hold up. All right. So you got to say what you got to say, right? So you
said about 7 grievances.
So you said you've been objective the whole time, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So you've been objective. There's been a lot of guys who haven't been objective, and am I fair in saying that?
Well, I can't speak for anybody. I'm not attempting to speak for other grown men, bro. I'm speaking for me.
So what I'm saying is, there were guys who weren't objective, and all I did was call out the inobjectivity and everybody else. And all I did was praise Tua for him playing well when he was playing well. When he played bad, I said, "Hey, Tua, you could play better. You made some good plays within the game."
Oh snap! Hey, hang on real quick. I just noticed T Rich up here too. Yeah. I ain't forgot about your trolling, T Rich. I ain't forgot about you either. I just noticed everybody up here. I forgot about your trolling on TV's channel either, bro. But I'll get to you in a minute. But go ahead, CB. All right. Go ahead, continue.
But bro, and honestly, Tua hasn't played terrible. Like let's really be real about it, right? Tua has had moments where he played really good, and he's had moments where he played bad. He's been inconsistent. A lot of times when it comes to the human psyche, we take the bad plays and we over criticize those, but there's a lot of good plays in there. I mean, I thought Tua had a really good first half against Green Bay. Was that the case or was that not the case?
I said and Luke, a lot of people could attest to this that I spoke to privately after the game. Immediately after the game, it was like 7-8 of us on a conference call. I felt like that was some of the best. I'm talking about the first 3 quarters. That was some of the best I have seen Tua play. Some of the best. Me and Reason was going on with all 22 the other night, and I mean, it was some of the most fun. I mean, I was like, "Wow, bro!"
And honestly,
he looked phenomenal. He looked phenomenal, in my opinion.
So he looked good, right? So, and that's what I do like about talking to you, AM. You can be real at least. Right? You can be a realist. You can look at the film. You can say, hey, he made some good plays. Some plays that he usually doesn't make.
That's why I'm running solo right now, because I'm objective, man.
Don't sit here and try to suck up. Don't try to sit here and suck up. Fuck all that.
All right, let's
so bring it.
So I want to talk to you out here, sweet talking.
Damn, Lewis, going off.
Fuck all that.
So let's
talk somebody. Hell
so
no.
So Lewis, bring it.
Is Tua Leroy off of Tua's him? I just want to get out my outro goddamn mouth, because you've been hitting people.
Hey, Lewis,
you've been hitting people up in text message and jumping on panels saying Tua ain't him. I just want to out your motherfucking mouth so I can haul my ass up out of this goddamn channel.
Who said Tua ain't him?
Yo, boy, CB83, Clown B83.
Oh, Lord.
Tua got
But why do we get sucked in? Why do we get sucked into that answer? Why do we have to answer that? Why we can't evaluate him like Tannehill?
Because he's a clown trying to sit up here
Sharif,
and talk EM.
We gotta look. We gotta address.
Talk to you, EM. No, fuck all that.
He got the receipts. He sounds like he got receipts. CB83.
But this is the Wolfpack though. This is what you get from Wolfpack. You get
Yeah, we at your motherfucking neck right now. You goddamn
you
right.
just get nothing, bro. Like nothing of substance. Give me something of substance, Lewis.
Hey, the question is, are you off Tua now? Yes or no? That's the question.
Hey, look, I'm off Tua until he shows me it better.
Okay,
until he shows me he can play.
Y'all gentlemen have a good day. This the dude that y'all been clamoring.
I'm off him. He gotta show me he can play.
All this film breakdown. This that bitch right here claiming that Tua was him playing Tua Leroy.
He
videos,
is, bro. He just gotta
told
be on.
y'all-
He gotta be on the film.
He just told y'all Tua ain't shit. Y'all gentlemen have a good night.
Tua gotta be on the
with
film.
Lewis.
Bro.
With Lewis, but TD does that all the time. I watch TD in the game. All we need is Tua rubbing his hands to come out and fire off like he's the MVP. Oh Lord, he threw another interception. but the thing is, you ride or you die with your player. That's all the point is here, guys.
And Sharif, and that's all we're doing. I mean, and honestly, we ride with who's there, with who's playing. EM. We can't ride with the guys who aren't playing and who aren't helping us win football games. But we're fans, so we still got to. I ride with my guys either or.
All I want, the purpose of me being on this panel right now, I want individuals like you, T Rich, all of these fools in this.
So what we gotta do?
Hang on. Let me finish. No, hang on. Listen, a lot of you two, as well as other fools in this community that. Oh, again, and I'm not talking about the Tua lovers, the Tua nears, or the Tua haters. Hey, I distribute my my fuel to either. When I think people are being unfair, evaluating Tua, I distribute that heat.
I bring that smoke too.
Amongst the Tua nears as well as the Tua haters. I'm talking about the objective people that have tried to be consistently objective in this community. And people like, hang on.
Come on, let me finish. I don't want to, because I think you're over sensationalizing this situation. And this is
no, sir.
Yes, you definitely are. EM, because you talk about this, EM. You talk about this objectivity, right? You always cry. You die on this hill about objectivity, but you'll also be the guy saying that Skyler's a better player than Tua in preseason, based on preseason.
That's what I mean right there. Now you're lying. See, this is what gets me frustrated. Hang on. This is what gets me frustrated. No, let me respond.
Go ahead.
This is what gets my blood pressure up with fools like you, CB. You're not only are you lying, you troll, lying, and all of that, all in one, right? I have never said Skyler is a better. I'm the one that said no. Tua, I feel, gives us the best chance to win. What are you talking about when people were calling for Skyler? I said Skyler. I said the only thing that I said about Skyler.
You're not the president of Skyler, non?
No, man, that's some bullshit. That's straight bullshit. I have never said that about Skylar Thompson, bro.
Hey,
fuck out of here with that.
T-Rich, go ahead, T-Rich. Go ahead, T-Rich.
Let me finish real quick.
They said EM is his president of Skylar non, and Reason is the president of Tua non. With Big O is the vice president.
Sharif, hold on. Go ahead, T-Rich. Say it again because we didn't hear you.
Sorry.
That if Skyler can make those tight window throws against third stringers in preseason, then he can also make those tight window throws against first stringers, which I did.
I have never, ever, bro. What are you talking to? See, this is what I'm saying.
They got the receipts here.
Go get the receipts. Go get the receipts. Go get them.
Yeah,
go get them.
It's out there, bro. That's what
What I have said about Skyler is that Skyler's more talented than Tua. That's not even disputed. That's coming out of Mike. That's coming out of the front office's mouth.
You said he was more talented. Okay.
Absolutely. He's a more.
Now I will agree with that. They are giddy about Skyler, and that's why I am giddy about Skyler.
Hang on. Hang on. What I mean,
we'll see.
I guess I gotta explain it to people like the 5-year-olds. What I mean by talent, he has better mobility and he has a stronger arm than Tua. That's what bro. Isn't that what that means?
I'm gonna say it right now.
What are you talking?
He reminds me.
What other kind of talent is it?
He reminds me.
What other talent is
guys,
there?
hold up.
He reminds me of Tyler Thigpen.
Than Tom Brady, but he is more physically talented. We have to be
your mic is
what
your
other
mic is pretty
talent
low,
is there
T-Rich.
other than physical ability?
Anticipation is a talent. Pocket presence is a talent.
Bro.
Ability to read defense is a talent.
I'm talking.
I've seen Skyler.
I've
seen Skyler in the Minnesota game.
Ability.
Now, EM, I've seen Skyler in the Minnesota game pump fake and come back to his fifth read and check down many times. That tells them his pump. Of course, his pump fake means it isn't there, and I'm making my progression. So what I'm saying is Tua does the same thing, but I've seen Skyler do it at a rate, and with his Tyler Thigpen legs type skills, he has a Warren Moon type passing ability, and I'm not kidding when I say this.
Man,
I see the Warren Moon, Tyler Thigpen.
Anyway,
stop.
I can see.
Rich, go get that. Go get them receipts. Go get that film out there. Go get the audio and play it.
Hold on.
And
CB83.
Go get
You don't
that
agree
audio.
with me.
Well,
You don't agree with me, CB83.
Throws against first stringers. Go
Hey,
get
guys,
that.
So sorry, you don't agree with me, CB? Warren Moon, Tyler Thigpen.
We gotta keep it cordial with the talking. I just don't want us talking over each other. It'll make it a lot easier if we take turns.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Look, I'm gonna go to Shake EM. I'm gonna go to Shake.
Go ahead.
Then I'm gonna come to you, and then I'm gonna come back to Sharif.
What I want to say is, I think, when we're talking about talent, when you talk about quarterbacks talent, you're talking about arm and mobility. When you're talking about anticipation, I think those are more attributes versus talent.
Not in my opinion, and let me tell you why. People like Tua, people like Brady, we consider them limited for whatever reason. I'm not really sure, but I think we assume that the people with the physical gifts will get those other intangible, and I think those are bad assumptions, and that's why you see so many busts. Usually, the quarterbacks who are busts are the 6'5", strong arm, great mobility quarterbacks, because we assume that they're going to pick up the intangibles, and that's not always the case. And if you listen to what Ryan Fitzpatrick said after week one, he said Tua already came in with good anticipation, and if he's going to reach elite status, he has to get elite anticipation. He said he already came in with good, which is already ahead of schedule. These other physical, talented quarterbacks, they don't even have good tangibles or intangibles. They just have all the tangibles. They lack the anticipation. They lack the pocket presence, and we just assume that they're not limited. They'll pick up those other intangibles along the way, and I don't think that's the case. So when you say someone else is more talented, you have to be more specific, because there's a lot of nuances to quarterback.
Well, no, you really generally people that are on the level understand exactly what you're talking about when you're saying talent. Where everybody, especially when you're talking about a first-year player, there's not enough tape from an NFL perspective to say Skyler is on the level mentally as Tua. I'm coming primarily from a physical perspective. The only thing I've ever said about Skyler, I agree. He's a more physically talented player for UT Rich than Tua Tagovailoa, right? I said he was not a 7th round talent. I said he was a more high 2nd round, lower end 1st round talent is what I said about Skyler. I like his upside, but I said coming into the season when everybody else, a lot of people was on that Tyler train, talking about start Skyler now and all this stuff. I said, no, Tua gives us the best chance to win because Tua has seen more what the NFL have to offer in terms of defenses, in terms of personnel groupings, et cetera, et cetera. That is what I said.
All right.
So when you idiots out here lying, bro, y'all straight capping, bro. Y'all need to stop that. Y'all need to keep learning to keep it real, bro.
This is something.
Can I go, CB?
Before you do that, I want to ask this question because we're into this now. I understand, and there's a couple questions I want to ask the panel before we get out of here tonight, and these are important questions. If Tua doesn't play these last 2 games, and he comes back and he's ready for the playoffs, and he wins a playoff game. And he plays well in the playoff game, is that enough for you to commit to Tua long term as being a franchise quarterback for the Miami Dolphins? And I'm gonna start I'm gonna start with Alex,
No.
and then EM, and then EM. I'm gonna come to you last. I'm gonna go to T-Rich Shake, and I'm gonna come to you last because I know you're gonna be the longest winded. So I'm gonna start with Alex. What do you think? Is that enough for you to say long term he's the guy, Alex?
First off, what's up, CB? Hope you're
What's
doing.
going on?
Hey,
Christmas.
Alex.
What's up, guys? Merry Christmas, everybody.
Salute,
Yeah,
Alex. Salute to you, man.
I would say no. I would say no. You got to give me 2 playoff wins in order for me to commit to you long term.
Okay, so you say 2 playoff wins.
Yes.
Got to be at least 2.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I respect that, Kane.
All right,
what do you
cool.
think?
Games.
I say, yeah, say the same thing. No, because he has to prove it. Because I'm not
And you
comfortable.
think
You sound like you scared, man.
and what's enough? What's enough?
No, I'm not scared. It's just I'm concerned about the kid's health. Because if you have so much concussions, then how are you gonna walk when you get older?
Right.
Okay. Shake, what do you think?
Well, Jimmy G went
Shake
to a
money.
Super Bowl. What's going on? Jimmy G went to a Super Bowl, but we all know the reason why San Francisco moved on from him, it was not because of his talent. It was because he only played 2 healthy seasons when he was in San Francisco. So I don't want to lock him up long term with big money, and he can't be. And as soon as he's out, there goes our season. So I want to see him play 1 full season before we do anything long term.
That makes sense. T-Rich, what you think?
Look, I hate to be referred to as a Tua near, but it is what it is. The guy has put up elite numbers in year 3. Like, you fans, you guys just jump off the.
That's why I asked the question, CB.
You said what?
No, I meant CB. That's why I asked that important question when I came on, because T-Rich is hitting on it. This is his 3rd year, and he's panning out.
I mean, is he is he panning out though if you're not available?
Well, the injuries are the injuries.
This is an important aspect of football. Like, we got to be realistic about. Like, if you're injured and you're not on the field and you aren't available for your team, as a quarterback in the NFL, we don't see many quarterbacks who don't play all 16 games. Like, that's become like the norm. Like, they play all games. Like, they don't take games off. There's not a lot of quarterbacks who get hurt. Who's really out there getting hurt?
I think half of the starting quarterbacks in the NFL have missed games this year. I think
every year,
Lamar Jackson,
T-Rich, every year they in the league, they miss a minimum.
He's out right now.
I think Brady
out last year.
Every year.
Hold on. Let him. Hey, let T-Rich get home.
Hey, let me cook.
Let him cook for a second.
Patrick Mahomes, this will be the first year in the past 3 years that he didn't suffer a concussion. He got a concussion in the AFC Championship of the 2020 season, and he got a concussion in the 2021 season. You don't see people.
How many games? How many games is he out though? How many games was he out for the season though?
Well, it was the AFC Championship game. He played in the Super Bowl, so I mean, he had a 2-week, time span between those 2 games.
He didn't miss any time though, did he? No, he didn't miss any.
He missed a few games.
What game?
Last year.
When was that?
He got a concussion, I think, against Pittsburgh. He got 2 concussions 2 years.
The whole draft class missed games.
I remember the 2019, the year they won the Super Bowl. He missed 3 games, but Matt Moore filled him nicely. So.
I mean, it's a moot point because the whole draft class missed games.
Was it Chad Henne?
The year they were talking about Super Bowl and lost.
Matt Moore
he got a concussion against the Cleveland Browns, and I think what was that quarterback?
That was Chad Henne. He
came in the second half and he took them home. That was the year they lost against the Bucs.
Look, and this is what I want you guys to understand. It's people miss games, but at that position, I'm not committing to a guy long term that's had the type of issues and the type of season.
That's the question.
Not only has he missed games.
Flip. I'm sorry, CB, can you put up Batman Pop's? Real quick, can you highlight Batman Pop's comment? I agree with that.
No, I'm not highlighting.
I agree with that 100%. I agree with that 100%.
So
Hey,
let me get a chance to answer. Go ahead, CB.
Salute to Batman Pop.
Oh no, go ahead, Sharif. What do you?
All right, so for me, right, how I look at this is I look at it from a cap standpoint because obviously I follow over the cap, and I want to see my team be good for long periods of times because I listened to Greer's press conference 2 years ago, a year ago. He said he wants his team to have picks so we can be in position to have rebuild for a long period of time. So my thing is this: how do we keep Christian Wilkins? See, I'm looking at it now from that standpoint, right? We can get rid of X in 2020 at the end of 2024, Byron at the end of 2025, and we can keep Christian, and then we're on the way to signing Waddle. Why am I looking at it like that? Because we have the option to let Tua play at the end of 2024 to see what he then does, and then Skylar will only be making $625K for signing the roster bonus. So we would have all that money to pay Christian, to pay Waddle, let Tua walk if he hits his head again, which would be the fourth documented concussion since Alabama to an NFL, and it would be the fourth one next year if he just falls casually and hit his head. So Skylar would be able to take over like Mahomes and Alex Smith at the beginning of 2025. That's my plan regardless, because Greer is giddy about Skylar. If Greer's giddy about Skylar, he brought Javon Holland in. He brought these Cater Co who need him. If he's giddy about Skylar and you casually fall and hit your head again next year, guess what? CB, that answers your question.
It's a wrap.
Hey, by the way,
no, Shake. Let me let Ian cook real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. My bad, bro. And then I want to ask you guys a question as soon as Ian's done.
Ian, go ahead, bro. What do you think?
No, listen, in terms of Tua's long-term possibilities here, as a quarterback of the Dolphins, if you just base it off his play, the leap that I saw from him from last year to this year, I would say I would definitely be more inclined to entertain it. However, now that this concussion situation is an issue, and then on top of that, the perceived internal, it's a lot of chatter out there that there might be some internal issues, locker room related, surrounding Tua.
Where is this coming from?
Listen, I'm not trying to get into that. I'm just telling you what.
Oh my God!
I am just telling you what was
YouTube, bro. You in the YouTube? Hey, bro, you in the streets, bro. So I know you know.
No. I stay in my own lane. Shit just comes across it just comes across my doorstep. I stay in my own lane.
Hey, you pulled a big move, a big clout move when you said after that game you was on a conference call with 8 different people talking about.
Did I say that? Did I say that? I don't remember saying that.
He said 8 of the best YouTubers in the Dolphins community.
I don't remember. I don't remember saying that. I don't remember. But anyway, as I was saying, if you're just gonna go, I think Tua showed enough of a leap from year 2 to year 3 to warrant definitely a fourth year. And then I don't know about extending him after that, but we got to see how he performs in his fourth year. But
hold up. Wait, Sharif, wait. EM said he should get it next year. He should get a year next year.
What's that?
Yes, he said he should get it next year.
He should get it next year for the Miami Dolphins as a starter?
Yeah. That's what EM said.
Wait. Yeah, I mean, I listen, I didn't finish yet. Let me finish, CB. Okay, so if you're basing it primarily off the lead. No, I'm just no. Really, Sharif, really? No, what I'm saying is what I'm saying. Let me finish. If you're basing off his play, the elite, because I think we can all agree. I mean, I don't care what side of the fence you're on with Tua. We can all agree, for the most part, Ray Charles can clearly see that Tua is a better player from year 2 to year 3, right? So with me, if we didn't have this concussion issue and these perceived internal locker room potential issues, I would say yeah. But now with this concussion, now that it's an issue, and now that it's an issue, Man, that's a tough. The Dolphins are in a tough situation. I don't think you can.
That CB real quick. That's why I use the context of regardless of what Tua was gonna do. I've already seen a Patrick Mahomes, Alex Smith situation where if you're giddy over Skyler, it eventually means you need to keep some of your veterans in 24, 25, and so Tua can walk if he casually hits his head. Context. If he casually falls and just ding, he's dinged again, then we have Skyler and the gun loaded. If it hurts you, it hurts. If it hurts you, I don't care about your feelings.
That's a real issue.
I do agree. The concussions are a real issue, right? But
he is to the point now where he's falling casually, guys. So
he does a poor job falling.
He falls so weird. It's not even funny, bro.
Everything is head first. Everything is head first with him, yo. Everything. No hands, no shoulder, no nothing. Like everything's head first.
We had Junior Seau play for us, right? So sorry, Alex. We had Junior Seau play for us, right? I really don't want to see Tua go down the road of Junior Seau. He was very well in tune when he retired.
I'm not going.
I don't. If he casually just falls normally on a tackle and he's dinged, and for the fourth documented time in next year, he should wrap it up, man.
But this is my thing too. Go ahead, T. Rich. I'm gonna let you cook, and then I'm gonna go ahead.
All right. Well, look, I just want to say, just like everything into his career, how it's being over scrutinized, I think the injury history is as well. And that's why you see people talk about his injury so much. I mean, everyone gets injuries, but as far as his career with the Dolphins, I mean, he really didn't have an injury, in my opinion, his rookie year. I know Flores kept him out with a thumb injury, but I think that was just Flores wanting to keep him out. And then he also missed some games because of a rib injury, which, I mean, come on. Jesse Davis let a defensive end go untouched and just get a free shot onto it in 1.9 seconds. I mean, so that was his next injury, and then now we have the concussions. The concussion issue, there are a cluster of concussions. And I know everyone's a doctor this week. I'm not a doctor. I'm actually referring to someone from, I think, the Concussion Center of Disease Control in Boston or something. I probably messed that up. But basically, these are a cluster of concussions. He didn't heal from the very first one. So when you heal from the first one, you're more susceptible to get another one. And I think that's what we're seeing. If he got a concussion in year 4, I would say he has a concussion issue. But I don't think he has a concussion issue. I think he's just dealing with the concussion, just like someone that's dealing with the hamstring issue, they're gonna have continued hamstring issues for the remaining of the season. So I just want
which is hey, hold on. Oh, Sharif, hold on. So that's a really good point. I understand, but when it's a concussion issue and you're dealing with a concussion issue, I understand it's a lingering thing. It's gonna happen. You're gonna constantly deal with the way you fall down and things like that. But the way this season has transpired, I don't think you can go into another season and say, hey, I want to deal with a situation like this again.
Very true.
Without having somebody available who
he's stealing my thunder.
He pulled them flip flops out. And y'all might say I'm pulling flip flops out, but as a coach, I once coached. Somebody's got some background noise or some feedback. If you got feedback, mute yourself. But as a coach, are out.
I know they out tonight. But as a coach, if I'm the head coach of my football team, I'm not going into next season saying, "Hey, I'm going to rely strictly on this guy to be my guy." Even if he comes back next week and plays well, I just can't put all my eggs in that basket. So I'm at a point where I got to pay another $10 million for a backup because I know I'm going to need a guy in the event that this guy isn't available.
And can I just add some medical context, please?
Hold up before I finish. Honestly, I don't think Skyler is good enough right now to be that guy. And that's the situation I'm in. I don't think Teddy.
I disagree.
It may be. I think Teddy's good enough to be a backup, but I'm not saying I don't. If Tua gets hurt next, I don't know if Tua will be the starting quarterback next year. If
Derek Carr.
I mean, you just don't know. And
but before we go down that road, right? Before we go down that, hold on. EM, the thing is, right? Let me add some medical context because I did some research on the first. Not that I'm a medical anything. I'm not a medical anything.
Hey, CB,
no, 30 seconds. Just 30 seconds. What I found is that what I found is that on the first concussion, right? You need 15 to 30 days. On the second concussion, if the jello of your brain hits the wall, technically at the end of the day, you need 60 to 90 days for that to heal in a manner.
He hasn't
and
had
so
that.
And so
and it's not realistic.
And so now the third documented one, because the Buffalo one is not documented, so now you need 100 to 150 days of the jello in your brain really not moving at all. And so that's not even up to me.
Hey,
that's not up. That's just the medical knocking your head 3 times in a season.
Real quick,
that's all I wanted to say. Go ahead.
Alex, I'm gonna let Alex let Alex rock.
All right, go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna entertain. I want to get this out. My bad, but I want to entertain this with you guys, right? Would you be opposed to bringing in Davante Adams and Derek Carr in a package deal?
For
what? For
who we gonna send for that? We don't have no
Waddle.
What about Jameis Winston?
You get Davante Adams and Derek Carr in a package. You send them Jalen Waddle and a couple of assets.
Hey, honestly, I'm not doing that. But what Sharif said is very interesting.
My bad.
What he said with Jameis Winston is a very interesting concept. Now, I know Jameis Winston to people, to the media has made him out to be this quarterback who isn't competent, who can't play football. But when he's healthy and when he's encouraged and when he's in the right system, Jameis Winston can be a pretty good quarterback.
Now, I want him to finish to groom Skyler. That's what I
Shake, go ahead.
If he could throw 40 touchdowns, that's fine.
And CB, I want to say something. I agree with you 100% on Jameis Winston, and this is a diehard Gator talking. That Jameis Winston, understanding he had those 30 interceptions, but at the same time, you can't ignore he had 30 touchdowns and 5,000 passing yards. I agree 100%.
Hey, in the right system with a coach who can rein him in,
he could be flopping.
He could be a problem. Hey, now I've heard the Lamar talk too, Ian. What do you guys think about all of this stuff that we're talking about?
But see, CB, I'm looking at the realistic cheap stuff. People out here want the expensive stuff that we can't afford. It's unrealistic.
Real quick, because I'm going to have to get out
here in a minute. Agent next year, so
real quick,
it's realistic.
This is what I think the Dolphins are going to do. I think, and again, I know this might be unpopular for a lot of people in this community, but I don't think the Lamar situation is possibility at this time. Now we all know. Once we get to the offseason is always a fluid situation. We get shocked and surprised every year. So with that being said, I think as of right now, the Lamar situation is off the table. I don't think the Dolphins have the ammunition to get him, and they would have to trade a lot of their key core foundational pieces in terms of personnel included in that deal, as well as future capital to trade for Lamar and pay him $50 million on top of that. I don't think that's the price tag the Dolphins are willing to pay.
You trading a lot.
Yeah. I don't think that's a possibility right now. What I do think is, I think the Dolphins are going to move forward with Tua in year 4, but I do think they're going to cover themselves on the back end. They'll bring in a more.
I don't think they're going to do
player.
it. I don't think they're going to do it. And
you don't think what?
You can call me
Skyler's spot. EM, how you going to give up Skyler's spot to somebody?
CB, you did flip flop.
No. Hang on.
Because I'm looking at the situation. You said it's a real fluid situation. So when you look at your quarterback just not being available and constantly in protocol and constantly week to week trying to figure out, you're shifting quarterbacks, trying to figure out who's going to play this week. Is it going to be Skyler? Is it going to be Teddy? Is Tua going to be healthy next week? We don't know. We're trying to figure that out. It's a lot to deal with. And this is one of these one-off seasons where you're like, damn, like, is all of this shit happening to the Miami Dolphins in one season? Because, like, at the quarterback position, it's like, damn.
Does this remind you of Tannehill? Like, he couldn't even take us into the playoffs.
And honestly, it kind of does, but you had Matt Moore, bro. And you had Matt Moore get us into the playoffs and play our first playoff game
and get ran through
and get wrecked. But I think this is a much better football team than that Miami Dolphins football team was. I do think that. And I do really like Tua as a football player. I do really like him as a person. I just think he needs to get to a point where he's consistently healthy and where he's consistently protected.
Man, this is
like I said, I don't think the Dolphins. I don't think the Dolphins did their due diligence in protecting him and bringing in pieces to fill out the offensive line.
I wanted to comment on that, CB, because
I don't think they did it.
Because watch this, the wide receiver Cedric Wilson, right? You got Teddy in here before McDaniel reached. When McDaniel reached, 3 weeks later, you got Tyreek. Now you still had Cedric and you already had Teddy. The draft is coming around. Then you got Skyler. You continue, but I just wanted to give you context.
Hey, CB,
you see how they messed it up? They messed it all up.
Go ahead, T. Rich.
Well, with the Skyler situation, I'm very curious if Miami gonna re-up Teddy Bridgewater. I think they are, but if they are, that tells you what they think of Skyler. But outside of that, the question I have for you: if you're gonna move on from Tua, what non-injury QB are you gonna bring in to replace them? Because your main issue is availability. So what non-injury QB? You can't say Jimmy. You can't say Lamar. Who are you gonna bring in?
It's tough, man. That's a tough situation the Dolphins are going to be in, and that's not my job. That's
for me
job. That's Stephen Ross' job. And honestly, quarterback. I understand quarterbacks get hurt, bro. I understand people take hits. It's a part of the game. But you just being in this position where you're weekly trying to protect a guy, you don't know if he has a concussion, you don't know if he's feeling well. Honestly, I don't think Tua has a concussion. I just think he made some bonehead plays towards the end of the game.
Let me ask you guys this, right?
T-Rich, listen, hey, T-Rich, I hate that. Hey, I hate to say it, T-Rich, but when it comes to Tua's out there, I understand the game of football. I understand what Tua's doing. Tua is throwing to a spot. He's not really reading.
It is a timing offense.
And it's a time. And look, it's a timing thing. He knows where guys are going to be. He knows the anticipation. He knows where they're supposed to be and where they're not supposed to be. When guys get knocked off their marker a little bit, when teams go to pressing us and knocking guys off their positions, Tua struggles. And T-Rich, this is something you have to be real about. Like when San Fran came out and played us man to man, and they bumped guys and they didn't let guys get free run throughs.
San Fran didn't run man to man.
T-Rich, I actually listened to Ray Crockett.
San Fran ran some man to man, and hold up, San Diego and Los Angeles ran some man to man. When they ran man to man and they didn't let guys get free runs, they bumped guys within 5 yards. The throws were off a little bit. Tua's expecting guys to be in a spot, and when they're not in a spot, he's not able to hit them. He's not adjusting.
Expects receivers to be in a spot,
and that is the case. Tua just does it a lot more. T-Rich.
So I don't know if this was
and watching film.
If Tua's not here next year, will you be here next year, or you be at the team where Tua's at?
You know what? I'll be cool if they traded him to Las Vegas. I don't think it's going to happen, but I think that would be a great situation.
Well, no, I'm just saying, are you still going to be in the Dolphins?
He said,
of course, T-Rich is a Dolphin.
No,
I'm not a Dolphin fan.
He's a Tua fan. So so T-Rich is saying he's going wherever Tua goes, which is fair, bro. I'm not knocking you for that. I'm just saying you got to start it at looking at what Tua's doing, like how he's playing the game, T. Rich, and you know how he plays the game. You know how
T.
he
Rich,
played at
did
Alabama.
you go to Alabama?
Sharif, we don't care if he goes to Alabama or not. What we care about, we don't care about
No,
that.
because he may be an alumni. He may have some, pride with that.
He is alumni, but we don't care that he went to
Okay, well,
Alabama.
I can understand that. Well, it's nothing wrong with those fans who want to pull for Tua. They're from Alabama.
If I was a fan of Tua just because I went to Alabama, I'd be a fan of all 32 teams in the NFL. I mean, we got elite players everywhere. I'll be a fan.
He's a Tua guy.
Yeah, man. It's cool to know that people follow up with their alumni.
So he's a Tua guy, which I understand. Which is fine to be in that type of fan.
But they get mad at these guys and call them Tuaneers.
Well, because that's the case. He's not following Mac Jones and he's not following Jalen Hurts. So,
but my thing is though, T. Rich, you gotta start being objective, and you gotta start looking at what Tua is doing and his play. Right, that second half, that fourth quarter where he threw those interceptions, those were inexcusable interceptions. So actually, the one to against the Packers. My bad. The one to the linebacker. The one to the guy where Gesicki, bro, he can throw much better footballs than that.
And he threw some dimes, 3 passes before that.
And you can't make bad plays in the NFL. Bad plays in the NFL lead to turnovers. No, you can't. You can't do it often. You can't do it often, bro. And that's what happened.
He doesn't do CB. I swear, CB. He doesn't do it often. But he's so over scrutinized. Hold on, he's so over scrutinized that people think he does it often. He doesn't have a lot of interceptions.
He doesn't.
Playing at an elite level.
Let me ask you guys this.
Look, the timing is key though.
Is Herbert elite? Because he
no, I don't think. Look, I don't think Herbert is elite.
3 games he won, and he threw 3 interceptions and 1 touchdowns in the past 3 weeks. Is he elite? Does he make mistakes?
I don't think. They all make mistakes. There's only a few there's only a few elite guys.
I think you would drop Herbert, T. Rich, if you had the chance again, T. Rich. Come on. You would drop Herbert right there, T. Rich.
I mean, I think
know you would, T. Rich. You'd make a business decision. Right?
I think everybody would.
But CB83 real quick, right? Because I had this conversation with someone about physical fitness, right? Tua is 218 pounds. And I was saying he's kind of thick, but he's not ripped, right? And I was looking at Tyreek. Tyreek has solid traps, right? You can't really see his neck. And you talk about football players, and hey, look, that's Diggs from Buffalo. That's a wide receiver. And when you look at Tyreek, whoa, that's a football player, right? Because he's built and thick and he's ripped. And I'm wondering if Tua should just, for his career, if he wants to play in this league, should he go from 218 to 225 and get ripped? And everyone killed me because they said it wouldn't stop his easy concussions, right? Because he had an easy concussion in the Green Bay game.
Oh no, man!
And if he slides again, he can get a concussion. You guys realize that, right? So the thing is, if he gets ripped, is that his last effort to ever last in this league? Like, just get ripped this offseason. Get your body ripped.
Sharif,
I don't care what you do.
He had a concussion. Anyone can have a concussion.
But he may be able to take the hits.
Listen, I think that's the weirdest part about it is because he had a concussion. All football players have concussions. Well, not all, but a good amount of them do, and they usually go unnoticed because they're not as polarizing as Tua. But Tua has one, and you see articles and ESPN segments saying, should he retire? It's like it was 20 concussions the other week. Did anyone care about those?
That is true.
Is anyone saying should Matthew Stafford retire? Is anyone saying should Kenny Pickett retire? No. Well, why is it Tua?
Shoot, Teddy has 4. Teddy has 4 documented concussions.
I think it all stems from that initial concussion. We don't know if this is a long-term issue, but we're jumping to the conclusion as if this is a long-term issue. I think he just needs to take time and heal. But this is the crazy thing, Dolphins fans. You guys have been crying about wanting a quarterback since Dan Marino, the 20-year drought, and you basically got a quarterback in his third year, 24 years old.
We got two. We got Skyler.
Hold on. Okay.
Stop with the Skyler talk. Well, stop. Well, we do have two quarterbacks.
In his third year, 24 years old, he's going to be a Pro Bowler once Burrow, Mahomes, or Allen makes the Super Bowl. He's going to be a Pro Bowler, and we're discussing if the Dolphins should get rid of him.
No, and honestly,
no, I'm cool. I'm cool with him staying for his fourth year.
But see, this is, and I'm cool. Look, but I'm cool with him staying for his fourth year too. But you have to have a backup plan.
No, I want Skyler.
And honestly, look, and Sharif, that's part of the backup plan. Sharif is having Skyler. He's on the roster, bro. He's part of the plan.
But if let's say Tua, right, plays the preseason and casually just gets rid of the ball, and how they push him down and boom, kink, woohoo. And it's preseason game number 2. Guess what? You can still get Jameis Winston, and you can still grow with Skyler. What I'm saying is, that's the worst case. Because if he casually,
got options.
He's at the point where I'm speaking to T Rich and fans like T Rich. He's at the point where he's casually getting dinged, bro. He's not. Anyone should be able to take that hit he took.
He is. So, T-Rich, you gotta admit that. Like, some of this stuff is a little ticky tack for him to be out. Like, if he
how many times guys get tackled.
If he really had a concussion, he should have had a concussion in the game. We should have knew he had a concussion. T-Rich, you don't agree with that? I think that's because
CB, that's you playing doctor, just like everyone is playing. I don't know much about concussions. Do you? Like, what?
I know. What we all agree is you shouldn't get concussed that easy.
Here we go. Look. This is what I know. I played the game of football for.
Turn sideways again. Like, what do you?
But he shouldn't be getting concussed that easy, T. Rich.
I played the game of football for a long time. I coached a lot of kids who played football. Right. When I know a kid has a concussion, or when we see a concussion, we spot a concussion, or we think a kid has a concussion, we question him, we take him through the evaluation, we see if he's able to go. If he's not able to go, we take his helmet. He doesn't go back into the game. Tua has these evaluations. Like, he has these people checking on him. He's got a ton of eyes on him at all times. He goes down. He gets up. He still makes plays. He doesn't talk to the trainer. He's just not being responsible with his body.
Okay. That's football, right?
Yeah,
you play football, right? Don't all football players lie about injuries?
CB, I don't blame him for that.
You can't look.
I don't blame him for that, CB.
You can't put you're putting your team in jeopardy.
But if he had won, but if he had won that game, you would have called him tough.
T-Rich, it'd be different if he wasn't in this situation on national TV where his fingers locked up and all of this stuff happened, and it's so polarizing now because he knows, he understands, he's a big boy. Yeah, that's what y'all got to realize. He's a grown-ass man, and he knows the situation that he's in. He knows he's had multiple concussions.
So he wanted to look good for Mike McDaniel.
He knows doctors' eyes are on him constantly. He's got to be a big boy in these situations and say, hey, I'm a professional. I understand it might look bad, but I need to tell my coach I'm not feeling well and get out of the game or have
so
myself
he was trying to look good for McDaniel, you think, CB?
Yeah, it's not. And it doesn't matter about looking good for nobody, bro. At this point, it's about your health and it's about the football.
So what
team.
overrode his morality to just keep playing? He wanted to win for us. What do you think?
It may be the warrior in him, but at some point,
it was at a detriment.
Look. It may be the warrior in him, but at some point, that shit has to take a back seat, and you got to think about the team and your family and. You got to put your team and yourself first. Being out there and Spacey is doing us no good, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Those throws were Spacey throws. That he looked like.
Yeah, he was foggy.
There's foggy, That's foggy. That's glazing your eyes. That's you need the smelly stick.
Yeah, you can't see the colors anymore. And basically people running the routes for you.
You're seeing ghost at that point, and that's my problem. You're seeing ghost.
Culture of football.
That's what happened to Sam Bradford. I mean, to the guy who used to play for the Jets.
Hey, but listen, can I say?
Go ahead, Shake. Hey, Shake, we're gonna do final takes, bro. I gotta wrap it up, bro. Go ahead.
Before there's a saying that goes, "Pride cometh before the fall." Now, had he would have said, "Hey, listen, I'm not feeling good," Teddy would have came in. They would have managed the game. We would have came out with that W, and
easy.
Probably came in the playoffs to play the game. They were like, you know what? Let's rest him up for, and he probably would have missed this week's game, come back to the Jets, and been ready for the playoffs. Had he would have just simply said, "Hey, I'm not feeling good. Take me out right now."
And that's a part of it. It may be tough.
But guess what? If I'm Tua, I can say, "I gave you freaking Baltimore. I gave you freaking Buffalo. What are you talking about? I can do it for you. Let me ride." What are you gonna say now?
I can't look. I can understand that too, but bro, after the first pick, they should have evaluated him. Like after not the first one, but the second one.
CB thinking technically. Oh Lord,
bro. After the second one, where he threw it to the linebacker. You should have said, "Bro, what the hell?
Come sit on the side of me, son.
What? Like, come talk to me. Come tell me what you saw, because you're just throwing to an area." And honestly, that's the type of throws he makes. That's not a concussion-like throw. I didn't think that was concussion symptom-like. He'll make those type of throws sometimes. It's a tough throw, but it's not a throw you can lollipop in there though. It's not that type. You got to put some velocity on the ball and really zip the ball to the guy. Put it on him if you're gonna make that throw.
I think the first
bro, and you can't sell anything over the middle. You know that.
Sell over the middle. I agree.
You can't sell it.
And see, honestly, I think people. Hold on, I think people took for granted how well Tua has thrown over the middle just by saying, "Oh, he's throwing it to wide open receivers." Okay, let's see if Lamar Jackson can throw over the middle 80% of his throws. And
it's hard to do.
But Rich, another thing we haven't broken down is that Tua manipulates his eyes with the safeties better than anyone in the NFL. And I think NFL defensive coaches are just saying, "Okay, let's not buy the eyes at all. And just float right underneath Waddle and Tyree."
That's part of it too. I think
it is what it is. Because if I'm defending Tua, and I know I'm the free safety, and he's always taking me to the weak side with his eyes, and I'm never there to make the play, I'm gonna stop doing that in the fourth quarter, buddy. Because you got me. You got me too much.
And this is what I think. I think defenses are seeing him look one way and throw to another way. So when they see him look one way, they say, "Hey, we're not gonna look at your first read. We're gonna always go to your second. We're gonna go to where your head goes."
Right, because his eye sells them. His eye sells them a dream, and they come out of position.
Right. So that first read,
sitting on the couch.
It is easy to say, but they watch film just like, bro.
Zone coverage.
Just like
that way. Don't run over there.
No, don't. And that's what. Look. They're saying, "Hey." That first eyes where he's taking you, he's never gonna throw it to that guy. Sometimes he will, but we'll have somebody on that guy.
So how do you beat that?
That's not what's happening.
And this is why you can't beat it to CB3, and we haven't talked about this as much. He can't see over the line. Therefore, when his checkdowns would never be over the middle.
His checkdowns. He's thrown too much over the middle. Like he's thrown too well over the middle for me to say that.
His checkdowns is right in the front of his lineman, and they never give him that dump off. They never give him that dump off option. They always give him the swing wheel. My thing is this: if you're gonna give him a swing wheel check down and not a dump off over the middle because he can't see over the line, that's a problem for Tua. That's a limitation. He can't see over the line, CB3. So if you're looking for him to check down, it's never going to be over the middle where the tight end is releasing or the tight end is Frenching out of the line, out of the trench, because he can't see him.
A comment where Brady
so what you need to do is you need to find a way where they drift right closer to Tua where he can see them and dump it off. So they need to figure that out where he has dump off options in his eye vision vicinity. That's all they need to do, because all he can do is just dump it off. 10-yard gain.
Sharif, I think they'll figure it out, man. And I think the Dolphins are just in a really tough situation right now. and they're gonna have to figure it out. And that's what they get paid to do. They get paid millions of dollars to do that shit. I'm not gonna stress over it. I'm just gonna, as a fan, hope they get it right because we need it to be right. We really do.
From
and
an all 22 standpoint, the middle is too open.
Teddy's got to figure it out these last 2 games if he's got to play both. I don't want to see Teddy struggle and Skylar come in. I don't want to see that. I want to see the first guy get it right for these 2 games.
Listen,
I want to
see Teddy hit the floor. There's a spotter that's gonna F up with
Stop
Ross.
Stop it.
I'm telling you, man.
Stop it. So
they're gonna do it to us.
Hey, I appreciate you guys coming on, man. Real quick, give a final take. I'm gonna start with you, Sharif. Give me your final take of the night, man. Make it 30 seconds, man. Don't go 3 minutes.
I'm excited. Man. I'm actually excited about this game because I think the fans need to understand it's 53 players on this roster, and it's not one. You may be polarized like Tebow because of Tua, but you got to realize I'm looking at Zimmer, the defensive tackle. I'm looking at Iguava and seeing if he can make this team. I'm looking at to see what Igbenogany is doing. I'm glad of certain things on this team, so I'm just not looking at one player and losing my sleep on New Year's Eve. Okay, so guys, love your team, love the other players. All right, and let's get a win, man. I actually think Teddy is gonna be able to dump off a lot this game and check down. I think it's gonna be check down Teddy this game because they'll try to take away the deep. But I just think it's gonna be checked down, Teddy.
All right, I appreciate you coming through, Sharif. We don't get Hey, you don't get a chance to come through often, bro. You got to pull up more often, bro.
Yeah, I'll subscribe to your channel.
Hey, and my wife is Bahamian, man, so I'm in Nassau all the time. I'm with the Junkanoo.
Well, say no more. Are you on Instagram?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, man. Phins Take, or my other Instagram is Chris_behave. So you can catch me there too. That's my personal joint. But I'm always in Bahamas. I'm at Fish Fry. You already know what time it is, man.
So hey, that's why I'm saying we gonna hook up. We gonna hook up. Tell you what, we gonna try to match the Phins tailgate. All right, meet them at the tailgate in the Dolphins parking lot. We gonna try to get that hooked up.
Let's do it, man.
Yeah,
let's do it, man. Hands up, bro.
All right, man. All right, brother.
All right, later. All right, T. Rich, go ahead, bro.
All right. Well, first of all, I want to say Happy New Year's to everyone. I hope Teddy do come through for you guys because even though you Dolphin fans are nuts, I do hope you guys make the playoffs, even if it's with or without Tua. But if Teddy struggles, it's not because Teddy sucks. It's just because Tua is a better quarterback than Teddy. But overall, I just want to conclude with this: is Chris Greer is not going to cut or trade a 24-year-old quarterback who's going to be in the Pro Bowl. I think you guys are emotional, which you guys should be. That's what part of being a fan is about.
Yeah, of course.
But I think once you guys have a chance to cool down, you guys are going to realize, hey, the concussion probably a short-term issue. We don't know if it's long-term yet, so let's not jump to conclusions. But until it proves to be a long-term issue, he's going to be back. He's going to be 2024 starting quarterback. So, like I said, I wish everyone the best. Wish everyone a safe New Year's holiday. And I'm not going to say fins up, but, good luck. Good
luck. Appreciate you, T-Rich. Appreciate you coming through, bro. Yeah. Shake Money, what you got for me, bro?
Like what he said, and he pretty much said what I said when you asked me about the long term. Yeah, I said let's wait to 2024 to see if, like he said, if it's a short term or long term. At the end of the day, like you said, these people are getting paid millions of dollars to make this decision, but at the same time, they got their livelihood and their reputations on the line to make with this decision. It's easier to make a decision rather to keep Tua or not keep Tua, because we don't have nothing tied to this decision. The people that got to make decision, like I said, have the reputation and their livelihoods tied to it. So it's a lot more difficult from their shoes than it is from our shoes. Let's just hope they make the right decision. And that's all we could do as fans, like you said, is control what we can control and root for the Phins. Phins up, baby.
Yes, sir. Fins up. Appreciate you coming through, Shake. Always love, big homie. Always love. Hey, I appreciate everybody coming out. I appreciate all the people we had come through. If you can, hit the like for me on your way out. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to my channel at Phins Take with CB83. I'm back. We're going to get it cracking, man. Hey, it was a great night, man. We got the chance to talk about what's going on with the Dolphins at the moment. Man, so much to talk about, so much to do. Only 2 games left in the regular season, man. Only 2 games left, and then we got playoffs, man. I'm expecting us to do big things. I expect us to make a run, even with Teddy or whoever we have at quarterback. This team's good enough, man. Like I said, I appreciate everybody coming out tonight. I appreciate you guys coming through. It's always love. Hey, Phins Take with CB83, another Phins Take Friday. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'm out.
Came from the bottom, that's foreign. I swear that I'm up for the sun in the morning. Oof, hey, I gotta flex. I need a Nike bag, give me the check. I need the money and power, respect, but I promise I'm repping the O to the dead. Hey, oof, I told him out of my way. I don't got nothing to say.